Hi guys, Cliff Harvey here and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be building a control line stunt model for electric around the pole rate of control. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out my other videos on the subject. I'm basing the design today on a Ukrainian design. Loosely I've copied the wing section, that's it really. Yuri Yatsenko. It's a 1.5 meter span model. Mine's going to be 40 centimeters wingspan, so a little bit different. But I've started cutting out the wing ribs. I'll show you that momentarily, and I'm going to build the wing completely out of 1mm Depron. So it's going to be super light. It's going to have couple flaps and elevators, and hopefully it'll do a few stunts as outlined in the F2B schedule. So we'll see. It's a long time, years, decades since I've flown control line. Whether it's going to be possible to do it outside the circle, I don't know. I don't know if this model's going to be powerful enough. It's all a bit of an experiment. But if you're watching this and you're new to my channel, then if you can subscribe, brilliant. I'll try and keep you entertained. So I'll just turn you down and you can see what I'm doing. Right. Okay, so I've cut out my basic wing shape. This will be folded in half, and I experimented by scoring the 1mm on the inside, and it does curve quite nicely. But I intend, of course, to curve it around these little ribs, so it should form quite a lovely big chunky box section. But I might have to score this really well to get this to go around. I don't know, we'll see how I get on. I'll probably have to put a main spar in there as well. I don't know how many I'm going to need. I don't know what sort of spacing I'm going to have to put on here, but I'm using one rib as a master. It doesn't need to be plywood or anything like that. I can just cut around carefully and it's going to be close enough. The thing I've got to do is watch my fingertips, because obviously the blade is quite sharp, although this 1mm Depron sheet is wonderfully easy to cut. So there's another rib. I'm guessing they'll want to be, oh, by the way, I'm going to cut the back end off to form the flaps on the wing. Distance apart, 3 centimeters. I'm going to drill a hole down through these ribs so that can be built on the main spar. Perfect. Got to go and find a drill, what have you, so I'll cease there for a minute and I'll come back to you shortly. And a piece of aluminium tube which is pretty much the same diameter, so I'm just going to see if I can sharpen the end up and use it as a cutting tool to cut a hole down through the ribs. Just trying to keep it looking vertical. There we are, a nice neat little hole. Right, I'm going to start laying this up, and to save you having to watch every little step, I'm going to run to time lapse and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers. So far so good then. I'll just leave that to set up a little bit. It'll need to be reasonably set to allow me to start folding this around. Right, so the wing has been folded over and glued with aliphatic to give me time to move it about. I've got no idea how good this is going to be or how bad, so I'll angle you down, we'll take a look together. Ready? These are house bricks, by the way. Maybe overkill, but still. Here we go. Yep. Oh. No. That looks pretty smart. Yeah, I think, yeah, that's not bad. It's a little bit threatening bit shape around that corner, but at least it's equally threatening bit. The rest of it's gone quite nice. I think with hindsight, it should have been closer together, and an extra couple just to get it around the corner fully. I'm going to make the fuselage out of green foam. Here's a bit I've used in the past. This is my green foam stash, and all it is underfloor insulation for those wooden floors, you know. 2 laminations for the main fuselage, maybe a 3rd lamination for the mountings for the equipment. So there we are. Thanks for looking in again. I shall continue with this build once I've made a cup of coffee. So, not bad, is it? A little bit of foam, a little bit of balsa, a little bit of carbon, a little bit of time. So, like and subscribe. Oops. Like and subscribe. Oops, that's how accents happen. And I'll see you shortly. I was thinking of making a tailplane and elevator out of maybe 2 laminations of 1mm, maybe 3. Got a piece of, I don't know what it is, 1mm. Yeah, 1mm carbon rod. That will do the job. Just pop that in there to the same length as that. I'll give it a bit of strength now. Just that little piece of carbon will do the trick nicely. Right, I think we're ready to put on the top surface. And I've got a nice cut line to go to, and it's a sort of a symmetrical shape like that, and that sits in there. Look at that. Well, what about that, eh, guys? She's coming along nicely. I'm going to cut an elevator off either side and join it with a small piece of wire. I've also got to put a torque rod between the 2 elevators that will allow me to work both elevators off of 1 control rod. Feel the glue dragging the blade a little bit, not too bad. We end up with something like that. Then I'll just transfer the positions to the tailplane, make little holes and slide it all in. So while I'm doing all that, I'll be back in a minute. Right guys, I've put the hinges in and the torque rod, and he seems to be just wondering if I need 6 hinges or 4, but I think the servo will easily overcome that amount of friction. The other thing, of course, is that carbon spar helps to stop it from bending like a banana. So I'll just glue those hinges in and can offer it into the fuselage. That's okay. Just put a little bit of glue on the hinges on this side now. So first job is to slide it into the torque rod and then try and align the hinges up into the little slots as I go. Just increase the gap. There we are. I'm happy with that. And that one there. There we go. Okay. See inside, look. Okay. I'll just sit in there, on there, parallel with the top, and I shall trim it underneath. So when this is dry, I'm going to trim it off to the lower, trim off just this lower surface edge. I think that would be enough to put the hinges in. It's feeling quite heavy. What else can I do? I think it is seriously a good time to clear the bench. So that's what I'm going to do. Thanks for checking in again, guys. The build continues. I'm going to clear my bench because it's probably the same with you guys. Your work area gets smaller and smaller and smaller till eventually you're breaking bits and knocking bits off the edge. So back soon. Guys, welcome back again. I'm just having a go at cutting the motor mount out. That's what I've got so far. You can see it's sort of getting there. It's still a little bit not quite there yet. Okay, happy with that. It's getting to the best part now, fitting the radio gear and making up linkages and what have you. And I'll see you in the next video. So it would be nice of you if you could remember to subscribe. There's a button there, Spitfire, and hit the like button. It would be great. Stick a comment down as well. Be interested to hear what you've got to say. And you'll be able to, if you're a new subscriber, brilliant, because I'll be able to put 56p in my tin and get that little bit closer to that tiger moth flight. Where is my tin? There it is. Okay. That'll be another story on its own. So thanks for looking in, guys, and see you next time. So I've just cut some hinges for the ailerons. Extra wide one at the bottom and 2 little ones. That should be enough. Hinges I've just cut out of this little piece of plastic sprue, very thin, very light. Okay, let's see. So I'm just cutting out a little bit of decor for the cockpit trim. I was thinking of painting it, but I thought it might be fun just to cut out something like that. I'll put my finger on it just as it whizzes by. Bit of fun. Okay guys, I've had to turn the receiver because the lead from the servo is too short, so I've had to turn it like that, but it gives me a nice useful little area to coil the wires up in. So I've just epoxied in the motor, the receiver and the servo, and the next thing to go on, I've also epoxied on the control horns, and so as soon as this lot's set I can pop the wings and tailplane on. Exciting moment now. I'm going to fix the wing to the body, or fuselage as it's called, just so as it spreads a bit nicer, I think. Okay, here we go. Lining up the rear end's a piece of cake because I've got the wing to guide me, the amount of gappage, if that's a word, either side. There it is guys, fuselage and wing are joined. Just made this little decorative cow cheek up. Serves no purpose other than looks kind of cute. It should hold itself in position. Most of it's going to get scraped off. Okay, I'm going to let that set off, and then then I can connect up the outside of the horn. It'll have to sort of kink up a little bit somehow and into the elevator horn. Then it's fin on, and oh, we're getting close. Okay guys, the finished plane. That's the original plan. Gave me some ideas. She's ready to go, and yeah, I've put the wire through. This is going to be the hook on. It can rotate, it can't get out, and if this end fine wire just passes straight down through the main spar. The elevator control, a little bit clunky, but works well enough. Let's just pop a battery and I'll show you that. So I've weighed it with the heaviest battery I've got, 1.5, sorry, I beg pardon, 200 milliamp hour, and bare airframe came out at 36 grams, that's 1.3 ounces, and with the battery it comes out at 44 grams, 1.5 ounces. So all in all, a respectable weight. Centre of gravity is pretty much perfect with the battery up front like that. So it's gonna go like that, fly like that, and yeah, it's balancing about right on the main spar there. Look, perfect. And yeah, how does it work? How does it work? Let me show you. So for a control line model that's got flaps and elevators, they work opposite each other, so obviously this one does the same. Up, down. I'd like to have got a bit more elevator throw, but they're big chunks of elevator, so hopefully that'll be enough. And there she is, she's ready to go. Let's pop the motor on, shall we? I wonder if it will hold its weight. Right. No, it won't hold its weight, but so it's not 1-to-1, but it seems to have plenty of beams. So yeah, pretty pleased with that. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe is the important thing if you want to see this one maiden in. And if she goes as well as I hope, we might actually see a loop and a bit of inverted. So that's the plan anyway. It's taken a few hours to put this one together, but quite pleased with it. The only thing is no undercarriage as planned, so probably better without it anyway. But of course, yes, I could hand launch it, but who wants to do that when you can make a takeoff dolly? So that's my next little project. I'm just going to make a little quick takeoff dolly, and then as soon as the weather's good, maybe tomorrow, I can do a maiden flight. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Say like and subscribe, be brilliant. Make any comments below, be glad to read them and answer them, and see you in the next one, which incidentally is going to be started today.